Hello, I'm Taryn Youngs Carruthers, and you're now tuned in to It's About Time. Today, we have two very special guests with us today. They're going to share with us what they're going to bring to this campus and what they have to offer for us. But before we get into that and we talk about those details and the nitty and gritty, we're going to go ahead and jump into a commercial break. We'll be right back. Hello, and we're back to For It's About Time. My name is Taryn Youngs, and I'm here with Pressley Giles and Mike James. All right, all right. So, would you guys like to do a little small introduction for yourselves?
Oh yeah. Well, my name is Mike James, and I love the city of Prairie View, and I was a double graduate from Prairie View A&M University. Go Panthers! So I have much love for this university and much love for this city, and that's one of the reasons why I started the nonprofit Priority Value Investments for You with my business partner Pressley Giles, is to give back to the city and to help the business community in the city so that the university, the college students, entrepreneurs, and the city can grow and prosper. Okay.
My name is Pressley Giles, and I'm co-founder along with Mike. And I started this program, which is PVI for You, Priority Values Investments, because I felt that when we first founded this program, it was because it was um, the epidemic shutdown.
The pandemic, yes.
Yeah, the pandemic. Then the pandemic shutdown occurred. Everything just kind of like just went black. It's just like the places were boarded up and everything like that. And we had already decided that we wanted to do something to give back. That was important to me, and it was important to Mike as a veteran, and to be able to give something back. You know,
Legacy.
yeah, a legacy. And so that's one of the reasons why we started this. And the pandemic shut down and everything like that. It had the walls that were, for example, a lot of the businesses were closed,
Yeah.
and that was, to me, that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
It was kind of scary,
Definitely a different kind.
because I had never seen that before. This is Houston, at least, this, and always active and everything, but you could go downtown and there was just nothing there. Everything.
Right.
And then a lot of the communities, the businesses closed down, but the thing about it, what we wanted to do with Priority Value, pvi4u.org,
Mhm.
is be able to bring some of those businesses back.
Yes.
How do we get those? Because we too were struggling. How do we get those businesses back? How do we get the business owners back on their feet? How do we support entrepreneurs,
Correct.
who are coming up with new ideas, and whether if it be anything from technology or whatever, or just a beauty shop or a barber shop,
Mhm.
being able to bring those businesses back alive. And so that's one of the reasons why we started Priority Value.
Okay, so you would say the pandemic is what motivated you guys
Correct.
to get this
Actually,
stuff started.
very much so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about more about your organization for the people who don't know.
Hmm.
What's your mission statement?
Um, you want to go ahead, Mark?
Well, we want to give back to the community. We want to definitely help out veterans, college students, HBCUs, business entrepreneurs, um,
Let me let me
senior
let
citizens. You
me.
want to add
Yeah,
some
we want
more?
to we
Go
want to
ahead.
help everybody,
Yeah.
but the
Yes.
mission statement itself is working to build and rebuild
Wow.
life veterans, community,
Yeah, definitely community.
and working with entrepreneurs and small business.
And small businesses, yes.
That's our real thing there is working with community.
Community.
And the thing about it is, now the thing that makes this what I like about this is that we're doing this is our first event,
right?
Made right here in Prairie View. Mike sort of insisted on that. That was this is his thing. This is his home. This is where he lives, and and I get tired of hearing about it. But he's my buddy, but we also work out of Houston, and so we work in various communities in underserved communities. Right now we're working on doing something in the A-Leaf community. As a matter of fact, I went there today and I spoke with them today, and so it's something that we're still considering. We wanting to do something with veterans, just do a small business expo with just veterans, and have veteran small businesses come together and do something in that way. And so that's what inspired us, and that's kind of what keeps us going. It's just like that drive to keep going, to see those businesses come alive and keep going.
Yeah, and like in rural communities, like especially like Prairie View, with HBCUs and the college students and entrepreneurs. We also at this event that's coming up on March 11th. And I'd love for everybody to come to it. We're going to have veterans. We're going to have small businesses, entrepreneurs, and small businesses network so that they can grow the business community in the city.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about this event. What the date? What is the date? March 11th.
March 11th is the day.
Here on campus.
Yes.
Where is it going to be?
It's going to be right by the campus, the great campus of Prairie View A&M University, the community center right by the post office. It's the Waller County Community Center, right? And the address is actually 21274 FM 1098.
That's exactly what I said.
To be precise. But if anybody wants to know, it's just come to the Prairie View College, the city of Prairie View, and go to their post office. And it's right by the building. The community center is right by the post office. It's a white building, and it's open to the public. We want the public to be there, and we would love for everyone to show up.
Okay, so what's going to be going on in this event? What are you guys going to be providing? Is anybody going to be speaking there?
Yes. You want to take that away, Pressley?
Sure. Well, the main to me, one of the things that I like about the expo that we put together, it's really about the businesses. The small business owners, the people who have purchased the booths. The small, and not only selling their products and their services, but also we've kind of worked together. We're a community type situation, and that's the way I want us to continue to grow. We help out each other. If you know something that can help, this business, this booth owner over here, share that information. You work together. We work together. We share information. We work with SBDC. The community business. Small business development.
Small business. We work with them. We work with SBDC. And we can be, we can definitely help people if they're, it's a maze of a lot of paperwork and a lot of stuff, and we can definitely guide them to, get to the right things. Like a lot of, unfortunately, businesses, and unfortunately Black businesses, they don't have their financials in order, their paperwork in order. And there's a lot of grants and stuff out there to help entrepreneurs and small businesses, get going. And we could help them with that. But there's certain things they must present, like, make sure their paperwork is in order, make sure so that when people see their paperwork,
Mm-hmm.
they'll say, okay, we have confidence in giving them a grant and stuff like that. And so we can help them with that. And then, how to fill out certain LLCs if they need that, or certain stuff like that. We can guide them and help them with paperwork with uh, the Secretary of State and stuff like that. We can help them, small businesses, if they need to know that information, and other wealth information that we personally know. We'll also guide them as well.
So speaking of personal information, I just want to get your guys' advice.
Uh-huh.
So what's something you would recommend to a young entrepreneur, or not even just young, like a new entrepreneur? Like you said, like the pandemic just helped you guys started getting things up and running. So you don't have to necessarily be young, but for an entrepreneur to get things started, because we all know we can all have these great ideas, but getting it started is the biggest hill. You know what I'm saying? So what's something you would advise?
What I would add, what I first would say is I would first look around to see, what your community needs, what service or product or whatever you'd like to do, if there's a need for it, and if you can fulfill it. Then I would, definitely reach out, different organizations, stuff like that, to find out like-minded businesses and people, what they had to go through, what paperwork they might need. If you need a franchise tax, go to the franchise
Let me help
department. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Let me help you a little bit. Number one, make sure it's something you really want to do.
Yes, that's true too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't get in there, jump into something that you really have no passion in. You know what I mean? That you have no, you think, oh, well, this looks like this, look like a good something to get into, but no, what I'm saying is make sure it comes from your heart, because that's where you work first. I was an artist before I started doing this stuff, and that's like when I did my art or whatever my writing and so forth. That's where I work from. I work from my heart and my passion, and if you have that. That's half the journey right there. That'll keep you going, because then you're saying, oh, I like doing, I'm doing this. Look what I've done. Look what I've accomplished. You got other people around you who are interested in what you're doing and what you're achieving, what you're bringing into the community. And a lot of them, they will follow it, because they see that you're doing and that you have a passion for what you're presenting. To me, that's the main thing. All the other stuff, the things like that, I want to make sure too, Mike, that we don't want to overpromise.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't want to overpromise, because we can't necessarily, a lot of that stuff we're having trouble with ourselves. I'm gonna tell you flat out the truth. We're having trouble with some of those things ourselves, and so I don't want to go back and say, I'm gonna help you do this and I'm gonna help you do that, because some of that stuff we're struggling with. We're a new business too. You know what I'm saying?
What are some adversities you guys had to overcome getting your business started up and running?
The biggest thing that we had to come through is we got our 501c3 on June 10th of 2020.
All right.
Right in the middle of the epidemic. Everything was closed. Nobody wanted to talk to us. Nobody wanted to see us, And when you call people, offices were closed, and so forth and so on. And we're talking about, well, we need some help with for example, grants. Just to getting a grant writer. Nobody wanted to sit down and talk. Because everybody was scared you were going to get them sick or something. And the offices were closed, and so the government offices, and so it was very difficult, and it was frustrating. It was frustrating.
So all the way from June 10th, 2020, and all the way to now, right here, like you guys have come a long way.
And we still got a long way to go. One of the things that I want to accomplish with this, in putting this together, is I want to see this nonprofit. Even though right now we're up and we're still struggling, even though we got our vision, we know where we want to go and everything. I want to see this business be here, this nonprofit, this organization, I want to see it be here 50 years from now.
Oh, yes.
And I want to see young people. It's like Mike and I. Mike don't like to talk about it. He don't like it. You know, this is my buddy, but he's old. You know? And I'm old.
Okay.
But the thing about it is like we can start it. Yeah. And we can hopefully get things up off the ground and going. But then young people like yourself, people from this university, you know, they can come in and say, okay, well, we know how to do this. We know how to do it. We know this technology. We know that, you know, and they come in and they can take over. I'm more than willing to say, hey, you take the throne. You take it.
Want to leave a legacy.
You know, you take it, you run with it, and make sure that 50 years from now, we're still providing people with small business expos, some of the best. I would like to see us go a little bit further than just Houston. I'd like to see us go to San Antonio, Austin, you know, all around Texas if possible. And if we can go beyond that, 50 years from now, if we can go beyond that, I'd like to see us go there. I'd like to see us be something like Habitat. What is it? Habitat for Humanity?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. You know, doing some good and being able to show the good that you've done.
Yes, into the community.
You know,
that's correct.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
I kind of went off.
But I wanted to mention that, and I think you kind of referenced this about the 501c. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people. They're not as successful as they could be because they didn't have the right paperwork and financials in order. So you want to make sure, you know, you have the right business entity set up, and, you know, and they have free, and, you know, you can definitely, you know, talk with us about how to also do that stuff as well.
Okay, so basically the paperwork is the great foundation to get things started.
We can help you with that, and if not, we can refer you to different agencies that will help you with that as well.
That we can
gotcha. Yes. Networking.
Yes, networking, stuff like that. Yes.
Okay. So before we wrap this interview up, is there anything else that you guys want to say, or like leave any remarks or anything, wise words of wisdom, anything?
Okay.
Well, the expo, like we said, is on March 11th. That's Saturday. That's you know, and
what time is it?
It's from 11 until 5.
11 until 5.
11 until 5. We still have a few booth spots that are left open for small businesses. If anyone is interested, you know, come out, bring your family, bring your friends, you know, come out, enjoy doing businesses. We want it to be a family day, you know, enjoy yourself. And it's a start.
Yeah.
It's a seed.
That's right.
You know, it's a seed and it will grow.
It will grow.
You know, it will grow. But it's got to have that love and that passion from the community.
Correct. That's correct. And I like to say that, you know, like my business partner was saying about helping communities and stuff, you know, helping communities that are cities that are around like colleges and stuff like that, HBCUs, is also a good thing we'd like to do. And small businesses are the backbone of the United States economy. And we need more involvement with veterans, with African Americans, with college students. We want senior citizens. We want their involvement so they can, you know, prosper as well in this economy.
Okay. So, well, you guys heard it here first. Starting March 11th, this Saturday, if you have a business or any idea that you want to get started that you've been thinking about for the longest, now is the time, this Saturday. You heard it here first on It's About Time. And thank you so much, Pressley and Mike James, for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'm Terry Youngs, and we're signing out.